that. So another thing I like about your book that I think makes it unique is that you have some nuggets of gold from some very well-known and successful leaders. There are people like Cheryl Bachelder of Popeye's Chicken, Dave Katz of Coca-Cola, Frank Wren, who was a former Major League Baseball general manager, and you've mentioned him several times already, Frank Blank, who's the CEO of Home Depot, and that's just to name a few. There are others in there. But tell me more about the lesson that Frank shared about the centripetal force of the organization. I found this very
Yeah.
enlightening.
Well, as Frank and I chatted, and that guy, he's so brilliant, right? You know, Frank walked into Home Depot during a very tough season. It was, and Frank's a GE guy, so he came from GE, had gone through some government stuff, had done some pretty. I mean, this guy's background is just spectacular. So walks into Home Depot. Half of the leadership team are former GE people, and half the leadership team are longtime Home Depot people. So there was automatic tension and problems sitting even at the leadership table. This is not the question you asked, but just really quickly, he ended up having to jettison the GE people, of which he was one, to keep the Home Depot people because he didn't want to lose the Home Depot culture because it was Home Depot, not GE part two. So there's a whole interesting thing about that too. So when Frank walked in, a lot of things needed to be done differently. There were lots of opportunities to refocus on the customer, refocus on the employee, so many opportunities to do things. At the same time, all of those different initiatives required new thinking and then therefore new behaving. So it's change. And so Frank talked a lot about how organizations, so companies, it doesn't matter, right? However we define an organization, a company, a church, a business, that the bigger they are, the harder it is for them to evolve because, again, there's more management and there's more processes and systems. Home Depot is massive when Frank gets there. He said that the internal forces are constantly working against innovation and progress because the vast majority of people who are working there are doing what they have been hired to do, and they don't want to do it differently because they understand it. So every department, every division, every even employee, the force is just the natural force is to keep things going the way they are, which is why he said you can change something 2, 3, 4, maybe 5% before people start getting really panicked. And that's what he experienced over and over at Home Depot.